so shiny. Hey, it's Uncle Bill, and welcome, nieces and nephews. It's the Uncle Bill Variety Show. Why should you be here? Because we got 5 crazy things to go over today. And also, this is Create Week, when Uncle Bill pulls from his imagination and figures out something that he needs to make. It's getting harder and harder because Uncle Bill's already got pretty much everything he needs. But today, I'm going to go over why I need to make the particular thing that I'm going to actually make this week and also do a video on. So you all ready? Oh, hi there, Bridget. It's great to see you out here. And let's see, is there anybody else that came in? It's Bridget and me. It's the Bridget and Dad show. Yay! Yay! Hey, Bridget, here's 5 crazy things from Uncle Bill's house. 5 things that you may or may not have seen before. What is this? This is a mouse pad. It's a special mouse pad, though, because it has all of the times for when Uncle Bill used to be an active day trader. If you want to know a quick way to lose your money, just start day trading. That's Uncle Bill's secret. I'm just sharing it with you. You can make a lot of money doing that also, but odds are, and most day traders end up giving it all back eventually. It's unfortunately, a lot of people think of it as gambling, except for the really successful day traders. But to be a really successful day trader, well, that's not Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill isn't a day trader anymore. What's another thing? Well, we'll save this one for last because that has something to do with this week's project. Now, while you're creating things, for instance, when I made a knife sheath for my knife back when I was, about 16 years old, I needed one of these. And I've hunted down the exact same type that I used, the Speedy Stitcher. There's another way to do it. If you just have the needle and a handle, it works just as well as one of these Speedy Stitchers. Once you get the hang of using it all, it's just like knitting. It never goes away. So there's 2 crazy things from Uncle Bill's house. Now, how about a third crazy thing? This was what I was thinking of showing you how to make. This is called a monkey's fist, I think, or something like that. Is that what it's called, Bridget? You would probably know because you were in ROTC. Anyways, sailors make these little balls, monkey ball, monkey fist, whatever they're called. I can't remember, but you put them on the end of a throwing line and usually use a stone or a piece of lead or anything that's heavy. And then you tie a very sophisticated knot, which Uncle Bill should have looked up before starting this broadcast, but I didn't. And what's this? These are my safety deposit keys. When Uncle Bill does wake up or not wake up and stays on the other side of the dirt one day, my executor will have to know where this is. And I'll tell the executor where it is so that they can get it and they can unlock Uncle Bill's treasure chest, otherwise known as my safety deposit box over at the Bank of America. And if you ever want to lose money, put money in the Bank of America. Anyways, that was a long story. I mean, one thing you don't want to do, Uncle Bill would rather give you $10 than have you cheat him out of a nickel. Because I will remember that cheat out of a nickel. I won't remember giving you $10. If it's a gift, I forget it right away. Now, the story with Bank America is, back when Uncle Bill was an ensign, I had a passbook savings account. Yeah, one of those old school things where you actually had the book, you go into the bank. I was on deployment and I get a letter from the Bank of America Your account has had inactivity. Well, of course it had inactivity. I was on deployment, for crying out loud. We're putting it in a special status so that you don't lose any money. And for this special status and this service, we're only going to charge your saving account. Granted, a saving account. So Bank of America, while I was on deployment, they charged Uncle Bill $3, $1 a month. This was back in the 80s, and they charged me $1 a month. As soon as I got off a deployment, the first thing I did, as soon as that ship had the last line tied up to the, oh, I'm so mad, I can't even remember, bringing back memories. As soon as the last line was tied off to the pier, I scooted down to the bank and I said, I want to cancel this savings book account. And it took them 2 hours to find my account. They couldn't find my account because it had been put in a special status. Anyways, where was I? Okay, I think I totally lost count. We got one thing, right? And how did I get off on the bank account story? Anyways, I did. A glue gun. Glue guns are very, very handy, and they come in all shapes and sizes. There's a mini glue gun right there for you. 1/4-inch stick, 3/8 inch stick. I think they're 3/8. I'm not sure, but these are the little minis, and this is a maxi for big jobs, for small jobs, and they're great to have. There are all sorts of things you can fabricate. I'm going to count these as 2 things because I can't remember exactly how many. And this is Memorial Day, for crying out loud. You got to give me some leeway here. So we have, hey, Matt, great evening to you. Let's see, I got some good footage on an action camera, believe it or not, 940 Victor. I might even, the stop motion pictures were taken with this little baby, which is a Victor 940 camera. And I've been very happy with this. And hopefully I didn't lose my live because my thing just flickered at me. And I was even able to get a nice little picture of the moon. Granted, this doesn't zoom in, but my software did. So I got a little 3x dot, and you can't see the little craters or anything, but you could tell it was the moon. Matt, great having you here. And let's see, other things. Uncle Bill also thinks these are really cool. This is a flashlight, and it's amazing the advancements that have been made in flashlights over the years, and how much less expensive flashlights are. A good flashlight, maybe even as little as 6 years ago, would cost over $20. Now you can buy a good flashlight for like $3. I think I paid like about not very much for this one. And as you can see, it's very bright. And I got this one probably off of eBay for maybe $2-3. I like it. Takes a this one, I think this one even takes a AA battery. If you're getting a small pen light, it's better to get the AA battery type than the AAA batteries because AAAs last longer. And I just don't, no, I take that back. AAAs. Uncle Bill can be wrong. And like I tell my kids, I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again. There's number 4, I think. So let's see, we got 5, maybe even 5. So 2 last things. This is a great little tool. You can usually find them at just about every store has a variety of this. This is a multiple screwdriver, and it's great for when you're working on a computer. It has are you going to focus? Probably not. Let me put my hand up there. Oh, there we go. All right, so it has a Phillips head and a standard head on the other side. the small ones, and then it has a larger version, or a smaller version, actually. That was actually the large version there. There's the smaller version. You can use them on your computer and whatever else you're working on that has screws in it. Now, Uncle Bill's Creation Week. And anybody have any questions? Does that use to mistake that once for? Yeah, I thought it was, oh, I've done that before. I've taken a mechanical pencil and put, because mechanical pencils were pretty new. And I've even seen a teacher do that once too, where they take a mechanical pencil and they put them in a pencil sharpener. Or you could probably do it with one of these too. Yesterday, this is my pill box. It used to be my favorite pill box until it became my aunt's favorite pill box. I don't know why, but yesterday I came into my bathroom. There were no less than 50 of those little itty bitty black ants crawling all over this. And I'll show you what they were after, because I have quite a few different pill boxes because Uncle Bill takes vitamins, and now because of thyroid issues, I take these little guys. And they are little, even though they're nice and big up on the frame. But when you pull them next to my face, you can see they aren't very big pills. I am going to make a pill box for thyroid medication. It's going to be special. It's going to be, I was thinking of using these actually originally, but they aren't quite shaped out the way I thought they would be. And this is a great buy over at the Dollar Tree, because for $1 you get a nice thing of pills. But by the time I'm done, it shouldn't be much larger than this, which is actually a nice little small thing. It'll be shorter and a little bit taller and not quite as high. And it's going to be fun. I'm going to be making it probably with my trusty glue gun and with these. I would show you some other things that I've been messing around with, and if you want, I can pull out anything that you're interested in wherever our conversation goes. And Matt, we did do I'm going to show you, because I love this thing that I don't know if you've picked up that Movo grip yet, but that thing is amazing. Let me get it just a second. My camera kit bag. The bag was like $20. There's about $1,000 worth of camera gear in here now. But, well, I'm exaggerating. Probably only about 800 or 700. But this thing, Matt, have you gotten one of these yet? I'm just kind of curious. Kids have started World War III. Okay, gotcha. Kids are amazing. Yes, my oldest has started World War III with me. Except ours is more of a nuclear variety, where there's all the buildings are left standing, but everybody else is dead. Oh, here, let me show you just how easy this thing converts into a grip for holding a camera really fast. All right. Well, if you wanted to have a camera down low, you can go, and then this goes one more length. So you could have it like this. And then when I had Bridget filming the other day, I actually made a little cage for her so that she could hold it. Let's see. You know, when you get on camera, then you forget how to do things. Oh, wow. How did I have that the other day? Because it worked so well. Oh, yeah. I think this was it. And then I came down more with this so that she could kind of, one more down. I forget how small the M50 actually is, because it actually will fit right in there. And then with this one just angled out just a little bit. Well, maybe it was angled out less than that. So she could hold it just like this and have the camera right there. Nice steady mount. And this thing was it's only $15 US. So that means over in England, it probably will cost probably 15, 20 euros. And then you'll have to pay 100 euros for shipping. No, I'm just kidding. Andrew, great seeing you. I've been going like crazy with my air fryer, and I hope that all is going well with you. I got to get a drink here real quick. Happy Memorial Day for everybody, although you don't celebrate it over in England, right? Because it's an American holiday. I should read up on all the British holidays and with the Irish holidays as well. Yes, Matt, I remembered. But this is a great little piece of grip gear to have. And I showed you the bicolor lights the other time. I'm using the bicolor light right now over to the right of me. And that's pretty much it. If anybody's got any questions, because it is a holiday here, and I'm here for you guys. And Andrew, how's the trek to 10,000? I mean, it's not going to be very, very long before you're at that mark. And I am so happy for you. I think that's a great thing. Oh, this week on Thumbnail Hacks, I'm going to be doing one that is for Mr. Beast videos. He doesn't talk very much about doing his thumbnails, and he doesn't have any videos. 5 years ago, Mr. Beast did do a thumbnail critique on the worst thumbnails on YouTube, but he hasn't done a whole lot on his channel about thumbnails. In interviews he does, but on his channel, no. So you have to go to several different channels. It'll be an interesting video of mine. And Fraser, great to see you. And everybody's here. It's Memorial Day. There was something that I was thinking about telling you about with camping this week, and I can't even remember what it was. And I know it wasn't about fatwood, because we already know about fatwood. Oh, I know what it is now. A recommendation that you can share. You know how I told you about those 20 penny nails? I think people should have about between 10 to 50 of those in their car, because it wouldn't take up much more than this little bit amount of space right here, and a small hammer for when they go camping, because there's always going to be a time where either you're pitching your tent on a tent platform, a formal tent platform, which has wood, and you might not be able to tie off to something where you might have to put a nail into the wood. Or like in Carlsbad, we actually have camping on the cliffs, and the cliffs are the dirt is actually like sandstone. And to try to get a tent stake into that stuff is impossible. And I hope you liked my last video. I had a lot of fun doing that. All right. Did company for bicolor lights get back to you? No, they did not get back to me, Bridget. And thanks for asking. And I don't know if you spotted that from somebody else's comment or not. You're doing a great job. And everybody, give a thank you for Bridget. Bridget's been my moderator, and I think she's just doing a bang up job. It's great having her here. She's dependable. I haven't had to remind her or anything, and that is great. It's great to have a moderator. I didn't realize it from listening to everybody else. And even though we only have a couple of people, Bridget will keep me in line, and you guys too. So Creation Week is the subject. Oh, by the way, Fraser, what I'm going to do is make something that's just like this, except for it's going to be for my thyroid pills. And so by the time I'm done, it'll be a small pill case for 7 days instead of, this would actually last me for 3 days, but I'm going to make one for 7 days. I've ordered up some special containers that are even smaller than these, because as you look at these pills, these are nice. Well, actually, better from the backside. That's about 10 pills. It's almost a week's supply of thyroid med. And what I'm finding is that I have to be in the moment when I'm taking the medicine in the morning, because if I'm not in the moment, and this is pretty critical medicine. It's not like my vitamins where I could take 2 of them. There's no problem. If I double take my thyroid medication, I haven't done it, so I don't know, but I'm not going to do it either. And sometimes I forget, you wake up, you're really tired, and the first thing you do is you're supposed to take your thyroid medicine. I thought I had it all figured out, because what I did was I had it in here until yesterday. Yesterday, for some unknown reason, the ants, maybe the ants needed thyroid, the synthroid that's in the thyroid medicine. Maybe they decided they needed some thyroid help too, because this pill box, which only had thyroid medicine in it, was covered with ants yesterday. And every time I tell the story, there's going to be more ants, because there probably were only about 30 ants on it. And they were the little teeny tiny kind. But they were all over this box. And it was the only thing in my bathroom that they were all over. There wasn't even a line of them lining up. They just were there, right on this box. So needless to say, I got rid of the ants really quickly and salvaged the pills. And that's where I came up with the idea. Make a new pill box. Plus, as Bridget knows, I've been looking for a new pill box, a small one. They should make them smaller. All right, keeping track of the medication when camping is an important issue. Yeah, it's important all the time. Here's another thing that we've been talking about, bug out bags and whatnot. This is actually a small titanium tube, which is for storage. And I bought it a while back. And what I use it for is for emergency supply of thyroid medication. Because when you're doing your bug out bag, you're not going to be, you could put medication in it, but it's better to have the medication on your person, because there's no telling when you're going to need it, or even if you can get to your bug out bag. I'm going to put a bug out bag in my car. I've been working on getting the video ready for it. I'm thinking about doing it. I've actually filmed some of it. It's a 10-liter backpack that you can get over at Walmart. One of the best buys over at Walmart, actually. It's a 10-liter backpack that is under $5. And that is the least I've seen ever for a 10-liter backpack. And it actually has padding on where it hits your back, which is amazing, which makes it so that you can't really pack the there's packable backpacks too, one of which I haven't gotten around to reviewing yet. This is the smallest 10, I think it's a 10 liter. Yeah, 10 liter. This is a packable 10 liter. And I bought this because I wanted to see if I can get a little bit smaller than this one for carry. And it is just a smidgen smaller. However, this one's actually a 20 liter backpack. So I do love backpacks. As anybody who knows, if my kids come to the house and they need a backpack, here's a backpack. It looks like a tent tube. Yeah, it does look like a tent to repair tube. But no, it is a pill case, and that's what I use it for. And then I do have my everyday carry, which I make sure to take out of my pocket when I go on planes, because this thing is one of my pride and joys. That I shopped around for quite a bit. Now, let me see if I can get it. Well, let's get it showing correctly here. That is a titanium knife. I think it weighs either 9 or 11 grams. And then with the blade, actually, that's inside this knife weighs more than the knife itself. Really great knife to have. It's basically the same as carrying around a box cutter all the time. Speaking of which, always good to have everything at your fingertips. Husky, if you want to go with a nice heavyweight industrial knife, these are the best knives to get. Little jackknife, you can get them for under $12, and it's all set, ready to go. Anybody got any questions? Or have I missed? Keeping track of medication is an important issue. It's very easy to skip medications, yes, and vitamins. I can't count the number of times I've looked at my vitamin thing, because even though we have the Sunday through Saturday pill cases, when it's vitamins, for some reason we manage to skip a day. I don't know how, but all of a sudden you're at the end of the week and you go, oh, well, there's Wednesday's vitamins. And if anybody's got, my brother turned me on to it a while back. If you have floaters in your eyes, there's this, I don't know, it's not really a medication. It's a supplement called alpha lipoic acid. And I actually heard it advertised on the radio the other day, but my brother had turned me on to it because in 2012, I actually had a retinal tear in my eye, and I was 30% obstructed, and then it cleared up, and then I had floaters. And my brother said, yeah, I use this alpha lipoic, and it helps clear up all of my floaters. And I started using it, and it does. It does a really good job on floaters. And for anybody who doesn't know, floaters, what causes that is actually loose blood in your eye that's floating around. That's why they call it floaters. All right, looks like tent pole repair. Could you take a look at the last message above? Thanks. The tent pole repair. Yeah, I did. Or at your last message above. Okay, sorry. Bill, thanks for the banner. I've been struggling to find something, the one you kindly done for. Is it possible to add photos? Yes, as a matter of fact, if you, well, I apologize if I didn't do it, but I thought I sent in the letter that send me pictures, and yeah, I will change the banner for you. That was just a starting point, Andrew. You're my friend. I'll help you out, and I will make that banner to a point where you like it, because the banner you have now is very similar to the one that I have for Thumbnail Hacks. And I think I use a Canva background on that. But Canva isn't, well, none of these programs actually give you exactly what you need for doing YouTube. except Uncle Bill will. Andrew, did you try that banner on your Andrew's Simple Cooking and see if it fits? Because it should fit. I mean, it's the same size as the one I use, but I just wanted to make sure. And I will change it to whatever you want. Yeah, I've actually, what I do when I do something like that, Andrew, is I saved the picture that I did with the way you make a thumbnail is you have a background and all of the lettering and all of the other pictures and fun frilly stuff that is all layered in. But to upload it, you have to put it in what they call either PNG or JPEG format. And then you just layer it all down to a single layer and you pray that you don't go over your original image, which I've done a couple of times. In other words, say I saved Uncle Bill's fantastic thumbnail and I call it that, and then I save it in JPEG format, and then I make one change and then save it in the format of that I use for editing, which is called paint.net format for me. And if I save it in paint.net format just once, I've lost all my work. So a good practice, if you ever get into editing on photos, is every time you save that photo or make a change to it, change the name just a little bit. Bill Dube thumbnail A, Bill Dube thumbnail B, but I've gotten in the habit, excuse me, of when I save a JPEG, what I do is I take the name of the thing, whatever I'm working on, Andrew's special banner, and it would be Andrew's special banner. Then I would go, when I go to flatten it and put it in a PNG, I'll add actually in addition to that to the name, PNG. It just makes it simpler. It works for me. I don't know if it'll work for other people, but it's a way to do it. And, oh, I think we lost Matt, or maybe Matt's still here. He's just listening because he had the kids causing a ruckus upstairs, and we all know what it was like, or most of us do, or when we were kids, we used to cause a ruckus. So yeah, parents have fun dealing with kids. But the nice thing is about kids is they grow up despite what we do with them because they don't have any choice. You can't be a kid forever. Well, Andrew, if you want to learn more about it, my other channel that I have is actually dedicated to thumbnails primarily, but I do have links to other avenues of learning. For instance, one of them is paint.net, which is one of my favorite photo editors, and it's free. And there's plugins for it too that you can get that really just make it just shine. I've been very happy. And I've also been happy. I did buy a fairly expensive editor called Luminar, and wow, I've seen the people demonstrating it, and I just finally said, well, you know, I got to get this thing and find out if it really does work. And it does. You can actually take there's an eraser feature, and this thing will save like time and a half, where you can actually just like say here's my hand in this photo. You could take the eraser and go over my hand, and this thing would artificially go into the picture, pick out what the predominant colors and what's going on in the background, and then the hand would just go away, and then you'd have just the background. It's amazing. I mean, granted, it doesn't do it perfectly, but it does it good enough. I actually took a picture. I'm not sure if it was one of my thumbnails or just a picture that I posted, but I took a picture of the sunrise early in the morning, and it was through the palm trees, but there was a telephone pole in there. And I literally used this program to erase the telephone pole. And the beauty of it is the program did it rather than me doing it. If you see my last thumbnail hacks video, it shows how an individual would go through it, where you have to match the colors and cut out the thing by tracing and outlining and then hitting the delete key and just all sorts of other things. Whereas with Luminar, you just go and it's done. I like that. I found a funny video on the toddlers today. Okay, well, that sounds cool. Was it on YouTube today, or was it on TikTok or something, Bridget? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, Andrew, and I will be available to you. I mean, depending on how busy I am. And send me the pictures that you want added into your picture, into your background thing. I was thinking put some food in there and whatnot. When you take a look at the banner picture, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll notice that the picture that I gave you is a lot bigger than what your actual banner will look like on a standard PC. And the reason why that is because there's the 4K, 4K, my brain is going, I think it's called 4K photos, but those are huge. And there are 4K televisions now. And because of that, you format your banner for 4K TV because YouTube actually will broadcast to a 4K resolution. TikTok. Okay, cool. Okay, Matt looks like he's on his way out. Well, why don't we go until the bottom of the hour, and Andrew, hit me up with as many YouTube questions as you got, and with the banner or thumbnails or whatever you want, or even cooking. Although I got a feeling I should be hitting you up for cooking questions. And your YouTube videos, man, they're on fire. Are you making sure that you're hitting all the keywords, and are you using any additional what am I trying to say? Something like YouTube Buddy or what's the other one? AI Victor? No, not. God, my brain is not going right now. The other one. There's YouTube Buddy, and then there's. I forgot to ask if you heard of YouTube accounts being hacked. Andrew, yeah, a YouTube account can get hacked just like any other account can get hacked. That is why you should have a good, highly complex password. And there's a program that you can get. I forgot, are you an Apple person or are you an Android person? And actually, I think they have a platform on both. Just a second. I have a program that I can recommend for you. It costs less than $50. That'll solve your getting hacked problem. Let's see, Illumasoft. Yeah, there we are right there, software company. And they make e-wallet. All right. This program, which I am going to put into the chat, is what I've been using for over 20 years. And I've never had anyone hack any of my passwords. Knock on wood. And the reason why is because mine are like 30 to 40 characters long, and I actually don't have any of my passwords are the same. And I let eWallet generate the password. So read up on eWallet, see if it's something for you. And as a matter of fact, I think they even have a trial version that you can use. Oh, so you do use TubeBuddy and vidIQ. How do you like vidIQ? See, now I'm getting information from you because you use both of them. I saw somebody say the other day that they like vidIQ more than TubeBuddy. But you use both of them. Cool. Mine was, I got email on YouTube removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. They also deducted revenue. They won't give back, unsure of the amount of hacker. God, seems harsh. LOL. Well, that, you're not talking about hacking. You're talking about memes. I think it's memes. Memes are bots. What YouTube accused you of is the fact that maybe somebody set up a bot, an account to actually subscribe to your channel, which I doubt, because what I have seen on, I also belong to the VRA group. I'm not sure if you're in that. That is, oh, wow. Now my brain is just on Video Ranking Academy, and that's by Sean Cannell. And that is on Facebook. He has a group on there, and you have to join. And it's pretty costly, actually. And truth is, I would suggest over that maybe getting. And Sean, I'm sorry, is now I'm going to forget his name too. Tube Ritual. And that is by Brian G. And Brian G. That's what he goes by. But he's got a last name, and it's not coming to my brain right now. My brain has shut off. That's why I'm only good for about an hour. I've been going all day long today. Hey, Matt, you are here. Yay. Matt, have you noticed lately? Yeah, Brian G. Johnson. Yes. And I don't know if I think I get more value out of Brian's group than I do out of VRA, but they're actually different enough that there is merit in joining both of them. Before you even think about VRA, what I'd recommend is the YouTube Secrets book. It's by Sean Cannell. You can pick it up on Amazon for under $10 in Kindle format, and I don't know how much it is for regular. And that has like 99% of what's covered. The VRA is very good, and they are good about commercially promoting your channel and getting it out that way. And I would say VRA is probably the most aggressive as far as the side hustle. And they really sincerely are out to help the YouTube creator succeed on YouTube monetarily, which is nice. In addition to success, whatever any of us put out there as being successful. Yeah. Matt, I don't think it's going to be long before Andrew is at 10K. And as a matter of fact, when I met Andrew, I can't remember if I had more subscribers than he did, but he is just exploding. I don't think Andrew realizes that he's one of the, he is a very fast growing channel. And there are a lot of people interested in his type of cooking. Yeah, exactly. Well, Matt, his secret is food. And you show people delicious food, they're going to watch. And the other thing that I've noticed with Andrew's videos, and he has hit the sweet spot of YouTube. And the way he does that is the fact that he gets on, he shows you the thing, he does the product. There's no side hustle at all involved. And people will come to his channel to get the recipes and learn how to do it. And Andrew, part of that also, and we all lose. I mean, look at me. I'm not even up to 1,000 yet, and I lose subscribers all the time. If people aren't watching and they aren't actively engaged on your channel, YouTube is getting more aggressive about removing them from your channel. As a matter of fact, what's crazy is I've actually haven't, I mean, have you guys had the same thing happen to you? I've gone to channels that I know I've subscribed to, and I see the subscribe thing not not lit up saying that I've subscribed. And it hasn't been more than maybe a month and a half sometimes. So they're very aggressive about following through on kicking people off their channels now. Here's a question for any of you out there. Are there any filmmaking tutorials you would like covered? Trying to work on what content to do. Wow. You know what I would do, Matt, if I were you? Is I would go Gene Nagata. Oh, good. Brain worked. Gene Nagata. Go onto his channel, watch his videos, and then put an Irish slant on it. Because you have a different country's perspective on filmmaking, and you have a very cinematic, you are very similar to Gene, but the presentation can be different. Do you get what I'm saying? And have you watched Gene Nagata at all? I can't remember what the actual name of his channel is. He has one under his name and one under something else, but he is very similar to you, and he's very much of the running and gunning type of presentation. Bridget, am I still broadcasting? Am I still here? Sometimes I'm not. The joys of having, although I did, okay, that came up. Now the question is, did I glitch out or not? Okay, good. I am still here. Good. Well, we might have lost our overseas connection. I don't know. And I hope I didn't insult you in any way, Matt, because I know that you're a very polished cinematographer. And I do, I got high respect for both you and Andrew. Can't help but have high respect for both of you guys. Oh, good. So do you get what I'm saying? I would watch a couple of Gene Nagata's and then just not copy it, but put your flair on it. And what type are you like looking to make a filmmaking class? Oh, I was answering your question. That's what I was doing. Matt, I was saying that you had asked about what to do as far as filmmaking. And I was saying that I would just go and watch Gene Nagata's films and kind of catalog the filmmaking part of, because he has a lot of good filmmaking. And also, oh God, now I'm going to, Marcus Pix also. If you were to take those two creators right now, meld them into one, and then put the Irish on it, I think that you'd have so many subscribers you wouldn't know what to do with. Yeah, it's Marcus Pix, P-I-X. Marcus is more, and Marcus is very technical. He's got a very good-looking wife that he has on almost every video, and very generous. He's actually the one who turned me on to, I didn't show him, but have any of you guys used, well, I know you do, Matt. Do you use, what are they called? A caddy for your transformer or battery in your light stands? And if you haven't, I can go get mine and show you what that looks like. Yeah. Let's see. It's Gene Nagata and Marcus Pix. Okay, so Matt, you use one, and I think Marcus was the one who turned me on to those things. I mean, they're expensive, for crying out loud. I mean, 15, 20, no, I think I paid about 20, 25 bucks each, but they're worth it. I mean, just in time of grabbing it and moving it. I never realized how distracting picking up that little transformer and holding the light stand in one hand and the transformer in the other hand were, until after I had the caddy, and now I'm going around like this. So much easier. Yeah, Marcus Pix and Gene Nagata. And let me see if I'll look them up just a second, because we're all here. And Andrew, feel free to chime in with any question you got there. And like I said, any pictures that you have, Andrew, what I would do, what I'd recommend, and I think this would be best suited for you, is if you can take your editor, go back through some of your videos, and then when you hit a spot where you like the presentation, or basically not where you like it, wherever your food is out in front and looking good, just take a snapshot of that and send those snapshots in. You don't even have to redo anything. It's just I don't have access to the film. Otherwise, I would have done that for you. Okay, what am I looking for? YouTube. And I was going to go Gene Nagata to get his. Let's see, that's not it. That's, oh yeah, Gene Nagata. All right, come on, go back. And I hope I didn't mess up the sound. You'll let me know. Oh yeah, he was the one who turned me onto the Movo microphone. No, I guess he wasn't. Okay, Gene Nagata. Anyways, just there. Boom. Yeah, Gene has a separate channel of his, and I could have sworn he had. Here's his channel, and I know he's got another channel too. Okay, so here's Gene's channel, and he's got other channels, I know. Oh, Potato Jet, that's the name of it. And here's the other channel. The Potato Jet channel is the one that's more geared towards the running and gunning, checking out photography and stuff like that. Now, Matt and Andrew, I'm going to make you both jealous. See this huge cup that I got? I got that for $1 at the Dollar Tree, and it weighs 2.6 pounds. I'm amazed at how huge that thing is. I use it for brewing my coffee in the morning. I use a drip pour. Yes, Potato Jet. That is Gene Nagata. That's his name. And he is, I think if you marry the two, and you do have your own style. What I would think about doing, Matt, is have you done much of what I'm doing right now, where you actually go live and just chat up the camera a little bit more? Actually, I know you have, because I've seen you. Yeah, well, Matt, you got to have something to start the day with. It's 24 ounces of coffee, and the grind that I do for it is the equivalent of 6 cups. And then what I do is after my first cup of coffee, if I have a second, what I do is I just take the dripper with the old grounds and I make kind of like coffee tea. So I'm not drinking as much coffee. Oh, Matt, you'd be great at it. I mean, look at me, you just relax and think about it. I mean, this is giving me practice. I have and if you tell me what time it is, I'll make sure to be there just as Andrew will be there. Then you'll have 3 people in, and that's how many people. I have 4 now, if I'm lucky, because I have Bridget, I have you, me, and Andrew. So there we go. Is that 3, 4? Yeah, that's 4. Uncle Bill can't count. Well, what you can talk about is anything that comes to your mind. The 5 crazy things that Uncle Bill talks about actually came from Pat Flynn, as did the name Uncle Bill. And I had a channel review with Pat Flynn, and he said, well, you're not really a niche channel, but people will come to watch you. You got this quirky little attitude. And I could see you as somebody I'd want to hang out with, although he's never really wanted to hang out with me. But, he could see that. And, just very good feedback. And so I went with it, and I went to the, you follow the advice that you like to follow, and you leave the rest. Well, Andrew, I really would not change a thing with your channel. I mean, what I would wait is right now you have the growth curve, which Matt, which looks better, this way on your end or this way? Which way looks better for growth? 1 or 2? I'm thinking this one. I don't know why, but I just, to my right would be, actually, it's probably this one, isn't it? This one, like this. Okay. So anyways, Andrew, your growth on your channel is like this, even though to you, it probably seems like it's only like this, but to everybody else, it's like this. It's like, oh, wow. Matt, what did you think of that guy on VRA? Speaking of VRA, I can't even remember the guy's name, but he has a video retention thing. Bruce, I can't remember his last name, and probably not good to use this whole thing. but he had a 60% retention rate all the way through the video up until the end credits, which is when everybody leaves the movie theater anyways. So I'm like thinking, and then even at the end of the end credits, he's still got a 33% retention rate. And I'm just kind of like laughing because I'm like going, my God, you're complaining about nothing. I mean, he had what you want. And I think he was looking at the jar as being half empty, not half full. And the problem is we all, except for Uncle Bill, because I do a little bit with the pay homage to the YouTube God, but I don't, because if I did, I would be a fully niched channel, even on Uncle Bill. And the funny thing is my niched channel, because I thought, okay, I will niche a channel and I will feed YouTube the way it likes to be fed. Well, YouTube doesn't like to be fed that way. Because Uncle Bill does have a fully niche channel. It's called Thumbnail Hacks. And what do all of us talk about? Thumbnails. So wouldn't it logically mean that people would want to go to a channel that has thumbnail hacks? Well, obviously I'm not getting the algorithm bump yet, but I'm working on it. I think because even on that channel, Uncle Bill is doing it his way. The way a YouTube creator, the way a corporate YouTube creator would do thumbnail hacks is different than the way I'm doing it. What I'm doing is I'm not claiming credit for anybody else's work. If I know somebody who does it a certain way, when possible, I will just go and direct them to that way. As a matter of fact, a perfect example is Brian G. He does a great thumbnail presentation on his way of doing thumbnails and on what takes to make a thumbnail. So on my Thumbnail Hacks channel, I have a short intro. I say why you should go watch it. And I think I even tell people that they should take notes. And because of the fact that it's 2.5 hours worth of material, that they're probably not going to run through it a second time. There was another channel that I sent people off to, and I can't remember which one it was, but with that one, I told them to run through it twice because and it might have been one of Brian G's actual videos that I told him to run through twice. I still say Thumbnail Guy is a better name. Well, Bridget, I would love to make it the Thumbnail Guy, but it's Thumbnail Hacks at the moment. And maybe there is a Thumbnail Guy. What does Matt and Andrew think? Should I change my name to Thumbnail Guy? But the problem is if I change my name to Thumbnail Guy, Bridget, one of the problems is my Thumbnail Hacks main artwork and my main thumbnail would have to be redone too. Maybe what we would do is have Uncle Bill and we have my face and it just looks like a big thumb. Come with a Thumbnail Guy. That would be fun. Okay, so Matt, do you have some ideas for how to progress and the cinema classes that you want to be teaching to us now? I mean, one of them, you got to do lighting, and even outdoor shooting, you're still thinking about lighting. With even the big cinematic, when you can't control the light, the way you do it is by controlling the angle of your camera. Now with Marcus Pix, he is all about the light and he is all about taking the picture. And he's really a great channel to watch. I think you're going to enjoy watching him. And sorry about that, guy. My throat does get awful dry. And unfortunately, all that scar tissue ain't going away. I'm going to be living with that for the rest of my life. I think light is a great idea. I'm going to study those two channels. Okay, great. Now, Andrew, is there any way we can help on your explosive channel? Although the thing is if you followed my advice and you followed Matt's advice, both of us are way behind you. We're like, come on, Andrew, you teach us. Yeah, maybe I'm talking too much. I mean, who knows? It is crazy, as far as analytics go, though, my lives are actually more successful than my actual videos on Fridays. I'm doing better on lives, even though we only have a couple of people. For some reason, the analytics like it better. And Andrew, did you get an air fryer yet? Or Matt, either one of you guys. I mean, you have, with chicken, I have never tasted chicken like that. You know how they say and I'm exclusively a thigh guy. I cook chicken thighs. I rarely cook a whole chicken. I don't like cooking chicken breast. But what it does to the skin of the chicken is it's almost like you took the skin itself and just put it in a fryer, and you know how you get all those little air bubbles in it? It tastes like literally fried skin. I love it. The analytics would love you have 4 people who are watching for an hour. Yeah. And the longest I've ever had people watch was basically across the coast. There's a gamer, Mick, who has the Who Knows Who channel, and he actually was one of the first to get me started. And he said, "Oh, you ought to really go do some lives and do this and do that." And hey, I follow whoever. And I hope you guys don't find my breathing distracting, because when I went through my videos and I was editing the other day, I noticed when I breathe in, it's pretty loud. I mean, at first I thought I was actually wheezing or something. Who knows? Now, Bridget, are you saying yes to it's distracting, or yes to this? Bridget is the secret to the analytics success. Yes, actually she is. And like I said in the beginning, Bridget is an indispensable part of the Uncle Bill YouTube team at the moment, because she has, and I'm getting a little bit better at watching the chat. And I wasn't originally, because when you get focused on the camera, because I got to be looking at you guys. And the only way I can look at you guys is by looking at the camera. Speaking of which, I have a really sophisticated camera here. It's called the Logitech HD Webcam. I don't even have a real camera on here. Matt, do you know of any 4K webcams? I was kind of curious about that, because the other day I was shooting and I realized that part of the reason why my, now I'm not going to remember the name of the software, just a second. Why my debut video capture program wasn't able to go at a higher resolution was probably not the program, but maybe my camera. So I don't know. Analytics love live according to YouTube partner program. Really? Whoa. Well, then we're going to just grab some beers and have to go forever. Actually, yeah, it does make sense that they would love lives, because the longer we can keep people watching, the longer engaged. From Matt, what we could do, I got an idea. Find a time when you guys want to talk on whatever, and the three of us we can have a YouTube get together group. So I've got Mondays at 1:30 this time. You guys pick a time where you guys want to be, and the three of us can kind of and just treat it like a telephone call. Although I wish we could do Zoom calls on the. Actually, we could if I had the hardware. Okay, Matt. Well, you've give not. Before I forget, in when is it going to be? Next week. Next week, and for the following 3 weeks, 2 weeks after that. So for the next 3 weeks, I am going to be recorded for Mondays, just to give you all a heads up, so you don't have to ziggy in there right at. Although it helps if you're right at 1:30, watch the whole thing, and it's not going to be more than a 10-minute video for each one of them. There's still going to be 5 crazy things, because I always do 5 crazy things, and it's going to be the introduction to the week. And I'm still going to release at 3:30 on Friday, and I'm still going to be available on the internet. I'm just not going to be live here. What time are we closing? I think Bridget is going to kick us all off. Well, why don't we close at the top of the hour? Would that work for everybody? Because I know it's late for you, Matt and Andrew, and I so super appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate it a lot. And Matt, because I haven't, if I can ever do you any favors, I'm more than volunteering. I already did Andrew's channel banner. Although I think obviously you probably have a perfect one already, but if you need any help, let me know. Who is here? Everybody's still here, Bridget. StreamYard, they have multiple people. Yes, that's what I was thinking, but I don't do StreamYard. And I should do StreamYard, and I will have to get to there. Maybe that'll be next year's project. I mean, part of my project is to get a better internet connection. My internet provider has been on the rampage this year. I mean, I can't count the number of outages that I've had. Yes. Oh, you mean, yeah, there's 5. Oh, yes, 5 people. That means we have 1 person lurking. And sometimes, I think their computer might sample after a while, to make sure that we're not all bots or something. I'm here, but I got to go. Thanks for the chat, and thank you very much for coming. Say hi to your mom for me, Andrew. And I love both of your cookings. Nighty night. Whoops, I'm not even typing. Touch typing, one of the best classes I ever took in school. Okay, well then I guess we're gonna head out. Every day this side of the dirt is a great day. Thank you everybody for coming. Join us Friday, 3:30 Pacific. It's going to be a fun video. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the fabrication and creation. It's going to be great. Thanks again. So every day this side of the dirt is great. Have fun. Go out there, stay safe. And I love you all. Bye-bye. And